Hello, YTPC. What about you? Cass Piper Cassidy here. Are you well? I'm doing okay. Just a quick chat. I've finished work for the day, basically. Well, not quite. Maybe I've got half an hour of tidying up to do, but I thought I'll come out and have a quick pipe. Because I deserve it. This is my second pipe of the day. I usually have about 3 if I can, and usually 2, between 2 and 3. I recently was on Reddit and saw somebody was asking the piping community, how many bowls do you have? And it was like 80% of them were, 70% of them were between 1 and 3 a week. I thought it was 1 and 3 a day, first of all. It's like, cool. But then at Reddit, it just makes you realize that the average age of Reddit is quite low. And there's a lot of people who are into the pipe smoking because it suits their image. There's a hipstery thing about it. There's a tweed jacket with leather elbow patches type thing going on. And I can't, Who is to say that I'm authentic, I've had a love affair with tobacco my whole life. I'm just saying that, can't get in too much. I don't want to piss anyone off. And I'm not aiming to piss anyone off. I think you know what I mean. Enough said. But yeah, 80% of them were like between 1 and 3 bowls a week. Some people were 1 a month. There was actually a category for 1 a month. And then somebody asked for, I'm not going into it anymore. It'll piss me off. But it makes you think, Jesus, do I smoke too much? But no, you don't. Life is short. You need something that with these COVID times anyway. Smoking my Savinelli 673KS with a filter, 9mm activated charcoal. Smoking some Rattray's Buckingham. I really do quite like this stuff. Although I prefer Rattray's London Eye as an aromatic. Really love this pipe. I wanted also to actually talk about the company that I recently bought, the ring light that's behind. Oh, first of all, sorry for the video quality. I'm using my wife's laptop. I'm back to my old habits because my phone's on the charge. But I'm using this new ring light that I had recently bought. The company was called ESDDI. ESDDI. The reason I mention them is that whenever the light and holder came, there was also a little card, like a little gift card, and it said, well done, congratulations, you're one of 10,000 others that, or maybe it was 1,000 others, and you will receive a free gift. All you need to do is choose what your free gift will be. So they had another tripod, which was called like an octopus tripod or something, and it has like 4 bendable legs so you can affix your camera to a tree or a fence or whatever. Be good for getting outdoors whenever the weather's milder. So a shout out to that company, ESDDI. I actually was reading through good value for money, pros and cons, LED ring lights, and they had a couple of mentions in the top 10 on this whatever website it was, the equivalent of Which magazine, or you know what I mean. But yes, this isn't a review, it's just a check-in to say that thank you to that company. And also I am waiting on, I keep talking about this pipe, but I'm looking forward to it coming. My first ever meerschaum. and it is... The name of the carver is Mehmet Birinci. Surname is, I believe, the featured name on his eBay site. He's a German-born carver, Mahmoud. It's Mehmet, I think. Birinci, Birinci. Check him out. I'll put a link to his eBay site in the description. But it was actually Mark from the Bremen Piper who mentioned that it's awfully hard to get good block meerschaum in large classical styles these days. Often when you're looking for meerschaum pipes, they'll be, 15 millimeter diameter. We need more than that, folks, don't we? We need at least 2 centimeters. But if you check out his site, that guy, Mahmoud, is absolutely happy enough to make you a tailor-made one. Carve your name in it, whatever you want. Silver spigot adjustment, perfect. No problem. And he'll give you a decent price on it. Excuse me. But, so I'm looking forward to that. Mine has typically a green mouthpiece instead of the usual amber. I went for the green because I'm Irish. And we like that green colour. It's our lucky thing, It's a kind of classical billiard, I would say, the shape. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. First ever experience with a meerschaum pipe, and I think I will be buying more if it lives up to what everyone says about how they perform. Being able to smoke the same pipe multiple times a day and multiple days in a row as well, that's brilliant. I mean, I love briar and I love wooden pipes, briar pipes, but I mean, they look great. I prefer the way they look to the way that a meerschaum looks, but it's all about performance, and it's all about taste, it's all about flavour. Wanted to talk briefly as well. Old Dirty Piper, not Dirty Old Piper, it's Old Dirty Piper. I see in his last video he gave me a most very flattering shout out. Thank you very much. Not only that, he'd mentioned that he's moving his content to Huge Tube, which I haven't heard of, but I will go over there and take a look and give him a sub. He said if he gets up to 500 subscribers, he has some 10-year-old Esoterica Penzance tobacco. That stuff is very hard to get your hands on over here. Maybe you're in a particular area where it's not hard to get. But there's a very funny review about Penzance and how hard it is to get on tobaccoreviews.com. You can look it up. It's the second review down on the tobaccoreviews.com Penzance. It's the second review. Very, very funny. And I think I'm going to read it out. I'll try and contact whoever wrote it and see if he minds if I read it out, giving him creditations, of course. It's not really a review, it's just a joke about how hard it is to get. And how much maybe of an anticlimax it is because of all the hype. That once you finally smoke it, you're like, yeah, it's alright. There's a lot going on in America. You have your elections coming up. I'm not a political commentator, so I'll not make any comments. Said the wise man. So, good luck with all that. being brought up in Northern Ireland as well, if you know anything about Northern Ireland, you will know there's a lot of politics. So we know when it's best not to talk about it. Whatever happens, I hope you're not headed for a civil war. Because we have a bit of experience with warfare too here, and it's not pretty. And of course you guys have a history of that. So. But that was a long time ago. Yeah, that's basically all I needed to say today. Thanks very much to anyone who's recently subscribed. I'm nearly at 100. This tobacco is not behaving. Nearly at 100 subscribers. So once we get over 100, I'll think about maybe doing some, the fun stuff. I've got some good cigars for a GAW giveaway. I have plans to get Zoom meetings on the go. I'm not going to talk about those anymore until it's ready to do it, because I know some of you guys are commenting, and it will happen. I just want more subscribers first of all to make it worthwhile. No pressure. Tell your granny to subscribe now. There's a couple of good Christmas season kind of wintry tobaccos out. I was watching Bremen Piper's most recent edition there. Quite interesting, especially the W.O. Larson one. I've never had any of their tobaccos, so maybe the first one could be a Christmas one. Why not? Oh yes, my wife has bought, she can't keep a secret at all, so I know what my present is for Christmas already. So she managed to she managed to get her hands. This is actually a really thoughtful present on some. We think they're authentic anyway. Clay pipes from around the Victorian era, and then there's another couple of pipes which are traditionally smoking pipes from Turkey. I think one of them, but we're going to do a video on them once we have them and see what they're like. It'll be interesting at least, but really thoughtful present this year from my wife. Her name is Steph. She's a beautiful woman, as you can imagine. I'm punching well above my weight. But yes, getting used to the filters and the Meerschaum pipe that's coming. It accepts a 9mm filter as well. I'm still smoking my other pipes. I mean, I love them. I've invested a lot of time and money into them, so you'll still get to see those. Don't worry. But I'm thinking eventually filter is the way to go. I'm trying to wean myself off the full 100% flavour. You know, you do have to kind of accept that the filter takes the flavour a bit, but it's not that bad. Also, you may have noticed that I have a pathetic moustache. Here in the Ireland and UK, we do Movember, which is Moustache November, I guess, Movember. And that's for men's cancers, prostate cancer and testicular cancer. So I'll leave a link in the description if you feel like donating, go ahead. We like to donate a bit every year, every November, and grow a moustache. So you have to be clean shaven on the 1st of November. I was a bit late. I had to do it on the 1st, so 4 days growth. That's pretty pathetic, isn't it? I know. But wait till you see, it does get better. I start to look like Tom Selleck. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So thanks very much for watching. Just to get that load off my chest, and I hope you are having a great day. And if I don't speak to you before the weekend, make sure you have a good one. All right. I've been Cass Piper Cassidy. Thanks very much for watching. I'll speak to you shortly.